All right, Patrick. I want to do 5 best, 5 worst shots from Rory on Sunday. But before we get there, just some shots I think we're gonna remember as time goes on. The Bryson putt on 18 on Saturday, electric,
Hmm.
man, like
Yeah.
absolutely electric. Um, there was a moment on Sunday we had Minwoo Lee and Justin Thomas playing together. They were not playing well, and Minwoo makes the bunker shot on 18 for birdie and calls in the doctor,
Oh, he
and it was
called him?
fun. Calls him.
Okay.
JT's on the other side of the green on 18, chips in as well right after Minwoo made it, and calls him back,
He
which was
called him
kind of fun.
too.
Called him back. It was a
Wow.
good back and forth. Kind of reminded me of the Morikawa Rory thing from a
Yeah.
couple years ago when they both made the bunker shots at 18. Those are a couple I'll remember. Is there any other shots you throughout the week are going to remember that had happened? I'm trying. Was there a rose shot on Thursday that stood out to you at all?
My initial reaction is: were there any Green Jackets upset with the no cell phone policy? Minwoo and JT
I
calling the
think I think I
doctor.
I think I might have said something. I might have said like the only phones allowed or something. It's
Okay,
like they're giving it. Maybe it had a cord. It might have a cord
yeah,
down.
that's why you're pro's pro, Shane. Other shot, dude. I'm still we were tasked with figuring out
Rory,
some shots. I can only figure out shots from Sunday. The rest of
Josh
the
is our
week.
producer. Josh said the Neiman shot on 7 through that
Oh my
1 yard
god,
sliver
that was
of the
disgusting.
green was unbelievable. I'll tell you this: the Phil par on Friday on 11 is like one of the best pars you'll ever see in your life. He hit a
Okay.
second shot. He hit it left. He hit a second shot like 2 yards and made par on 11. It was crazy. I mean, Neiman's shot on 5 on Sunday was like a mile left, and he hits it to like 20 feet, makes birdie on 5 of all places, was crazy. Nikolai Højgaard on 5 on Thursday, his shot
Oh
there
man.
left in the trees was crazy. I'm gonna make, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a list on Twitter as the
Okay.
shots still exist on the website, and people can go back and watch some of the great shots. Like Hideki almost made double eagle on 2, I think, in the second round. Victor on, I think, Sunday or Saturday almost makes double eagle on 15. Like, there's so many shots that fall out of your memory as you obviously considering what happened on Sunday with Rory. But I want to get into the shots
Okay.
because our champion had some of the best shots and some of the worst shots we've ever seen a pro hit in a final round at a major championship. Do you want to start with best or worst shots from Rory?
Let's do best. Let's get
Okay.
the good out of the way. I feel
All
like the
right.
worst will
So
be a little more fun.
I think so too. We'll go 5-1. I'll let
Okay.
you kick things off. Your number 5 for his best final round shots.
My number 5 was I almost did a 2-for-1, which is cheating, but I won't. It's the chip on number 3.
Ooh, same
He
as mine. Same as
he
my
ca-
number 5.
he called it the best shot of the final round, or at least the most important, because things were going awry there for him.
Yep.
And
Six
you know,
six five start. Yep.
we didn't talk about the strategy on that hole between the two guys, Shane. I was baffled Bryson hit iron off the tee. And Jay Ray, who we just had on, laid it out perfectly last week how 3 through 5, I think, Bryson DeChambeau was really bad. Obviously, that's number 4 and number 5, which are difficult holes, but he made bogey on number 3 Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, he decided to
Wow.
hit driver. Sunday, after taking the lead, he lays back. And I thought he had a real opportunity to maybe push the envelope a little bit. Doesn't. 3 putts from 25 feet. Meanwhile, Rory reeling, really touchy chip. Someone hit the screenshot perfectly where it's like 15 feet of elevation change to that green. And I think from there, he was well on his way, or at least we thought at the time.
So that was my number 5 as well. Second into
Okay.
3. I love that shot. I thought it was really important. And as I said earlier, we had a few groups come through there when we were covering it in the morning, and like nobody was hitting that shot close. So the fact
Hmm.
that he could hit it to makeable distance, then goes on to make it, obviously was important. My number 4 on his best shots, that's second into 7, out of the
Okay.
trees. Like, I don't know if it's on your list or not. That was
Same
so
spot.
wild.
Same
That was
spot.
same spot. Wow, that was
Yeah.
crazy. That golf shot.
Dumb. Like
Dumb.
insane. Him laughing. Harry told him not to do it.
Yeah.
And Rory was like, "Nah, I'm doing it." He tips his cap to Dottie afterwards.
Yeah.
Like just ridiculous.
You know what I noticed from Rory all week long, and like the press conferences, I know you were in there with them. I've never seen him that guarded. He was not giving anything
Yeah.
away. He wasn't answering questions. He wasn't talking about what could happen. Like you could tell that he'd been talking to some, it was Rotella, whoever it was. Like you can tell there was a game plan for the way he was approaching everything. And that was one of those moments. Like that shot was so crazy. I thought he departed for a moment because he was laughing, and you could tell like I got away with one here. He did a couple shots like that throughout the week. He hit it on the other side of the fairway, if you remember the day before, and then the one on 5 in the final round. Like he hit a couple of those like high window shots that not a lot of people can hit. But the fact that it almost went in, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
jeez. And it was in the air forever. Like we were waiting for it to land. You're like, where'd it go? And then it lands, basically rolls over the edge. Was crazy. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is the wedge shot into 18 in the playoff.
I mean,
right
we're on the same page, dude.
Same with you.
Same for me. Number 3. Crazy. I think we maybe we'll have the same list.
I think we're going to, honestly. Okay, well, this is good because I was a little nervous. There is one shot that's not going to be on our list that I'll touch on afterwards, but the wedge into 18, just having boofed it right in regulation to get another chance and to capitalize like that, especially with Rose inside, 12 feet? I think, I think it's a good spot at number 3.
Yeah, I was watching it, like I said, with for Plank, and Rose hits that great shot at 18 in the playoff, and we're just like, just get it inside of Rose. Just get it inside of Rose. You got to be putting last, because the thing about Rory that I've noticed under pressure is when he's got to make putts, he hits them a little bit more confidently with a little bit more speed. And when he hits those ones that he's not, like when there's a chance he doesn't have to make it, he'll hit them, like he'll kind of hit them to not 3-putt. You know what I'm saying? Like not all the time, but we've seen it down the stretch in his career where, you kind of saw the one at Pinehurst. Like, I think he probably thought, and I don't know if you ever talked about this, like Bryson's probably going to make 5. So just don't make 6 here. And like, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I'm getting to a playoff with Bryson. Like kind of limpy, a little soft, whatever. And I figured if he got inside of Rose, at least he'd know what he had to do. Yeah. And then of course he hits it, to 2 feet. Going to be one of the great shots of Masters history. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the shot you'll remember. The one into 17.
Yep, same.
Him yelling at it, him swiping his club, asking it to go. That was one I unfortunately did not see live, but I knew he made birdie. I didn't know how far back he laid up, honestly. And you talked about the 3, like hitting fairway woods off the tee instead of driver. For him to stuff it from, what was it, like just under 200 yards, pretty much?
Yeah, 198.
Far back. That's insane. Needing a birdie, that's got to be number 2 for me.
Number 2 for me, and then I'm assuming you and I both have his second into 15 is number 1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, there's a lot you could pick from. And the fact that you and I have 5 through 1 the same says a lot about the final round. Because I think, like, ones that didn't make the list, the tee shot on 4. Yeah. Nobody was hitting it that close. Tom Kim, by the way, Tom Kim hit it 2 feet on 4 to that whole location, which is absolutely insane. The fact that you could do that. Wow. Rory, I think, was the 3rd closest of the day on the 4th. Coming off the birdie at 3 and then makes birdie there. Both the tee shots, I think, on 18 should be up there. Yeah, had not been driving it very well all day long. Really, like we 2 fairways on the front. Like he was not hitting any fairways, and hits that like bullet cut on 18 both times. I thought were good. Do you have any that were like not on your list that you think should just at least be considered as some of the great ones he hit?
10 going Hideki mode and stuffing it. That's especially when you look at his history of going left there on that hole. That was one he probably thought he missed left, and to walk away with a birdie there and momentarily a 5-stroke lead. That's one I'll probably forget about, but with so many, it's hard to keep track of them all.
And I think the putt on 9 was high for me too. Just like makes the birdie on 9, and Bryson's putting after you. You missed that, kind of what we talked about earlier. It's a little chess game there. All right, let's go to the maybe the more fun list. The fact that we can even write 5 down, the guy that won the Masters on Sunday says all you need to know about 2025. The worst golf shots that Rory hit on Sunday. I'll start with my number 5.
Okay.
The birdie putt on 7. So he's in the trees. He hits this window that doesn't exist. Harry's trying to talk him off. straight down the hill, get it going, and it goes in, and he leaves it short. And it was just one of those, you're like, bro, you got to make this, man. Like, you just absolutely got to make this putt. And he leaves it short. He had a lot of those, by the way, in the final round where he made some great putts, 9 and 10, obviously big putts. But after 10, like nothing until the playoff, basically. So,
yeah. Okay. He did not putt well coming down the stretch. My worst, or number 5, is the approach into number 11, where he had just gotten a 5-stroke lead, and he was sort of blocked out by the 3 pines on the right. But to just even come that close to the water,
like, what are you doing? What are you
I
doing?
I was flabbergasted when I didn't see like where his ball ended up, but I saw him walking left. I'm like, where is he going right now? And just to watch it back and see how close it came to the water when you have all that area to the right, you're playing for 5 at that point. I know he made that, but just to make it that uneasy, that was my number 5.
And also,
oh my
just,
God.
I mean, there it is. I mean, also just the way he was pitching the golf ball. You know, it's like the chipping around these greens. He was so good all week long. It's like hit it 25 yards right. With you got all the green in the world to work with. Like, he's so good at that, like mid-window pitch with spin that it's like you're gonna hit it. You're gonna have 7 or 8 feet for par if you hit it on 12T, for goodness sakes. Like, just don't go left. And he got that kick off the hill. I didn't have it on my list, but I thought about it. Is that shot because it stayed up? But I mean, I would say it was probably the worst decision in terms of the top 5. Like, the shot didn't quite end up as bad. If it goes another one blade of grass, it's definitely probably number 1 or number 2 on this list. I mentioned the driver being bad. This is probably one you don't have on your list, but it killed me when it happened. His drive on 8 is my number 4. Like, bunker on 1, bunker on 2. Like, this is a guy that like has dominated the par 5s all week long. You get to 8T, you're coming off that excellent kind of shot out of 7, then you miss the putt. It's like, put a little heat on Bryson there. Like, just put a little heat on the guy, hit it in the fairway. And I think he'd maybe missed that fairway maybe 3 rounds in that bunker, at least 2 of the 4 rounds. He hit it in that right bunker. And that's like, if he hits a good drive, it's over the bunker. Like, if he makes good contact, that's over that bunker all day long. And to hit it in that bunker and have to lay up for the second straight day, I just felt like you gained a lot of momentum off of the 7. Even if you didn't make the birdie, like the shot and the crowd and the energy and all that stuff, and to not find the fairway there. If you hit it in the fairway, you're going to make birdie, to that whole location. And for him to hit it in that bunker again, I was like, dude, you got to dial in the drive right now. Like, it was killing me. So that was my number 4.
Okay, my number 4, going late into the evening hours, and it's actually pretty incredible that it is this high on the list, the wedge on 18 in regulation, $125, and just you hit the green and win the Masters pretty much.
I mean,
and to
so
flare
bad.
it right like that. It was it was just not good. That's all I can really say. It's a bad wedge shot, and one of a few.
I mean, Arnie did it. Norman did it. Norman did it with a 4-iron.
Yeah, a little different.
Like a golf ball that like dudes probably were like building in something with like their hands. Like, you're hitting a wedge. You've got the world long. You've got, it's like you can't miss that left, but like anything on the surface, you win.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe you hit that. Trust me, it's on my list.
Okay.
My number 3 is the first putt on number 1. Like, again, a yard to carry the bunker, goes in the bunker. Weird spot. You don't see balls stay there that often. It's kind of on that like down slope. He had to kind of just basically chunk it out. But, he hits an okay wedge. It rolls out. A lot of people's shots were rolling out there on that first hole. But that first putt, you're like, just make 5, man. Like, just make 5 and let's go. You can birdie 2. We'll be right back into it. It's not that big of a deal. And to just even bring in the opportunity for 6 there, had an opportunity to be like, it reminded me a little bit of when he missed the putt on 2 in 2018 for Eagle against Reed, where it's like, you make Eagle there and you're right back into it, man. Like, here we go. And the first putt on 1 was bad. That's my number 3.
That was my number 3 as well. That
Nice.
that was the definition of holy crap. I am so nervous right now. I cannot feel my hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna make 6 here. Here we go. Here it is.
Comfy 6.
Oh, so bad. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the putt on 18 in regulation.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He never had a chance. It was
Yeah.
left the entire time. Someone did the screen grab of the final putt at Pinehurst and the final putt in regulation, where he's just hitting the equator of the golf ball with the bottom of his putter. Just so bad. Those were 2 of the worst shots I've seen from someone coming down the stretch of a major.
My number 2 is second into 18. You've already covered it. Was terrible. And you and I have the same number 1. It's going to go down as one of without a doubt the worst wedge shots ever hit by a good golfer. I was listening to Sollywood on Scott Van Pelt today, and both of them, which I mean, golfers love saying stuff like this, but both of them were like, "If you give me 100 balls, and you were like, hey, don't hit it in the creek, I could probably not hit it. Almost all of them not in the creek, you know."
Yeah. No, it's it's I couldn't believe it, especially when with my information, I thought it was from 20 or 30 yards at first until I finally got back in the press and they're like, no, it was more like 80. But in my mind, the whole time through the second 9, I'm thinking Rory McIlroy dumped one with a little pitch. And so, yeah, I mean, the wedge play was just brutal coming down the stretch.
And honestly, Patrick, if it was 20 or 30 yards, I would almost give him more of a pass if it was a short shot. Because like that's
like
one
flub.
You could, yeah, like maybe you flub it. But like the full wedge shot, like what are we doing? I mean, if you were like, hey, here's a list of things you can't do from this point forward to win, and it'd been like water at 13, water at 15, water at 16. That's it. Like those are the only opportunities. And with the hole on 16 back in that back part, you're probably not hitting in the water there anyway. So it's like really 2 swings pretty much would lose it for you. And he hit the shot that was going to do it. So there you go. That's our list. I love that there's like 20 more we could probably put on here, but
that's just the final round.
Just the final round. Just the final round.
The whole tournament.
That defines Sunday if nothing else does, is that you can have a list of 5 each and we don't even touch all of them.